of the Year award goes to somebody I know pretty well. Before 2003, when we finished the new addition and Sharon moved into her current room, about 7-8 years before that, Sharon was right next door to me in where Mr. Hummel is right now. So I got to know Sharon really well. Mr. Hobbs and I used to pull a lot of pranks on Sharon, and we'd enjoy that. So yeah, there's tons and tons of stories that I could tell about Sharon, but one of my favorite stories has to deal with basically Sharon's character. Any of you that know Sharon know that she's probably one of the kindest souls you've ever met in your life. And definitely, that's the way I always think about her. Well, there was one day, in talking about kind of knowing Sharon a little bit, there was this kid who was outside her art room. And he wanted, right in that little kind of common foyer that we have there, and he asked her a question to do something. And she looked at him and she says, "No, I don't think so." And I happened to be standing there and I said, "Ask her again." They both looked at me like, "What is that all about?" So he asked her again and she goes, "I probably shouldn't." I said, "Ask her again." They both looked at me. So he asked her again and she said, "Well, okay." And if you know Sharon, that's the way it is. You know, a lot of kids, they'll come to us teachers for different reasons. I know they like to come down for, like Jake and I, for the hands-on and those kinds of things. And I know they'll go to Sharon for if they like art. But she also gets a lot of kids because of that kind of kindness, and they do appreciate that. Anyway, I am really, really glad that it worked out this way, that I got to be union president and give this award to one of my best friends, Sharon Michael Felder.
It's hard to select just one person here because in my eyes, you are all amazing and you usually make me feel somewhat inadequate. I can't begin to describe how dedicated our teachers and staff are to making sure that our students are learning and they're cared for and they are safe. Every day I'm with the staff spending hours before school, after school, working with students, planning meetings, rushing in between classes just to communicate about kids, clubs and tutoring and planning events to encourage their interests and their passions. I know you're probably thinking that sounds like any other school, but I believe that we are different. And I believe it since the first day that I started working here. Our staff is over the top passionate about what they do. And like I said, it's that flurry of dedication every school year, every day, and every hour that just makes Go Rio. My life took a turn when I got a call to Go Rio back in '96. I was going to start teaching at Little Creek Middle School, but it was quite full time. And that call from Don Johnson really changed my life. The position was full time, included benefits, which I had never had. And then especially on those cold Minnesota mornings. But as soon as I walk through the door and I hear a student say, "Morning, Miss Mark," I'm suddenly pumped and I'm excited about my day. And I'm so thankful for the students that I work with. I always tell the graduating seniors to find a job that you like. You know the old adage, if you find a job you like, it won't feel like work. And I'm so lucky to teach what I love. I get to teach art history, art techniques, and most of all, creativity. I'd like to point out that in today's very difficult job market, many people are wondering what it is that employers are looking for in an employer. Companies look for people who can get projects done without being told each step, take responsibility for their own work, and have the initiative to accomplish goals above and beyond skills. Art is about problem solving, and I tell kids this all the time. They'll ask me questions, I'll say, it's a problem, solve it, think about it. Companies need people who can find solutions to problems in innovative and creative ways. Art is all about problem solving, taking the initiative, innovation, and creativity. Nothing gets me more excited than to see students think outside the box. And when I have a whole room full of ideas outside the box, I go home pretty ecstatic at night. Those are my good days. So, thank you for recognizing the arts, and by recognizing me, I appreciate this so much. And thank you